Next up on my Major League Baseball road trip was none other than Wrigley Field, home of the Chicago Cubs, and I was so incredibly excited. This whole trip was amazing, and I knew that going in, but Chicago and Wrigley have just been on my bucket list, and at the top of my bucket list for that matter, for so long. The amount of history at this ballpark and everything that I've heard about it just being so incredible, I was in awe the entire time I was there. It was a great matchup between the Marlins and the Cubs, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I was so scared the whole game because all I wanted was to see the Cubs win. Here, go Cubs go, and watch the Cub mascot wave the flag proudly with the blue W on it. And guess what? That's exactly what happened at the end of the game. The Cubs won 4-0 over the visiting Miami Marlins, and I was so excited. Just such a surreal experience and opportunity. I don't know when I'm going back to Wrigley Field anytime soon, so I'm glad I got to watch it happen. The first time I was there, it was Nick Madrigal bobblehead giveaway day, so that was really cool. I got to add to my collection of bobbleheads, but as soon as I got my hands on my giveaway, I made it down to the field. This view was incredible. I got to see the ivy in person in the outfield walls, and then I'm right up close with the Miami Marlins. Just so cool. I'm watching their warm-ups. I'm taking it all in because Wrigley was incredible. Another beautiful day for baseball in the beginning of August, and the whole time I was right here, I had my eyes on Sandy Alcantara, who ends up being the 2022 Cy Young in the National League. I got to meet Trevor Rogers, a reliever for the Miami Marlins. That was really cool. He was one of many guys I would end up meeting at this game. So much fun, just the inner fan in me. I love meeting players, getting autographs, taking pictures, and catching baseballs. I did bring my glove with me on the trip, and it ended up working out for me pretty well, as right there, Huascar Brazoban throws me a baseball. Then I met Braxton Garrett from Miami, Kervin Castro for the Cubs, who they acquired right at the deadline. I was just a couple of feet away from David Ross, the Cubs manager, but I also got to meet Marcus Stroman, and he signed my Nick Madrigal bobblehead box. And then I met Dylan Floro and Richard Blyer. Now it's the Miami Marlins manager, Donnie Baseball. Don Mattingly got to get a picture with him while he was signing baseballs. So cool. Yankees legend, obviously the manager for the Marlins. Now he's with the Blue Jays, but incredible getting to meet Don Mattingly. Here were the lineups for both teams to start the game. He had the flags out there, the old-time scoreboard out in straightaway center field. Then I went up a couple levels, and I got a bird's eye view of Wrigley Field. This was just beautiful. Again, what an amazing ballpark. So much history. I've been wanting to go to this ballpark for so long, and I finally crossed it off the bucket list. Right here, P.J. Higgins, catcher for the Cubs, is going yard off of Jorge Lopez. It is a solo shot. He's going to round the bases there. And it was a very low-scoring game, 4-0 in the Cubs' favor at the end of it. But they scored 1 run in the 4th, 2 runs in the 5th, and 1 run in the 6th. As for the pitching, the Chicago Cubs were very efficient. Drew Smyly went 6 2/3 innings pitched, only allowing 5 hits, no runs, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. That brought his season ERA down to 3.97, and he advanced to 4-6 in the win-loss column. Then to relieve him, they brought in Leiter Jr., and he closed out the game the rest of the way, ending with 2 1/3 innings, 1 strikeout, no hits, no runs, no walks. And this was really cool, being able to guess the attendance. This happened also at AmFam, but the attendance at Wrigley Field when I was there was 36,787 fans. Very cool. Right here, I'm thinking Frank Schwindel is about to throw me a baseball. It was maybe a couple feet over my head. Even if I jumped, I wouldn't have been able to make the catch. But hey, it was a good attempt. He looked at me. He pointed to me. Here he is trying to get me again, and he still misses. No hard feelings. It's okay. It would have been cool to catch one in the stands. So I had one pregame and midgame, but I'll take it nonetheless. Still cool. A little fun interaction there. And this is going to be the last out of the game. Just like that. The Cubs win it. They take down the Miami Marlins 4-0, and I was so excited. Right now, the stadium is erupting in Go Cubs Go. There is the infamous flag I was talking about at the beginning of the video. This was just like a kid waking up on Christmas morning. I was so happy here to witness this all in person. Granted, win or lose, I would have had a great time at Wrigley Field nonetheless, but the Cubs locked up their 43rd win of the season on that August 6th, 2022 date. A lot of fun. The seats were incredible. Like, I had amazing seats all throughout this trip, and being this close at Wrigley, up close to the action, just at such a historic and monumental field. I love this place. I hope they never get rid of it and they never make any big time renovations, because it's just pure gold. Like, if you have not been to Wrigley Field, you definitely need to cross it off your list at some point. I had such a great time. It was amazing. I did not want to leave this place, but all in all, such a great day, and it's not even over yet. Yes, the Cubs win. I met a bunch of players. I met Don Mattingly. I caught a baseball. But I wait. I soak in the sun for as long as possible, just enjoying my presence and my time at one of my favorite ballparks easily that I've ever been to. Like, I could say that without a doubt. It's so hard to rank now which one's my favorite, and like even my top 3, it's very close. Top 5 is hard to pick as well. But this was amazing. And then after the game, I met Kyle Hendricks. He was very nice. He signed and took pictures with every single one. Very respectable, great guy. He just really put in a lot of effort for his fans, and he gave back to each and every one of them. It was great. Here's an Ian Happ signing as he's getting ready to leave, and that is going to conclude my time at Wrigley Field. What an incredible day. Nothing but amazing things to say. I loved going to Wrigley, and I can't wait to go back at some point in the future.